we didn't totally plan on this
Stall a little bit, I'm gonna go
at
watch
the
my
beginning of the semester, but sometimes things change and you go with it.
Stall.
Yeah. So what you're going to hear, I'll give you a little rundown on what's going on here. Obviously, you see jazz instruments, right? You've seen all these instruments before, but the concept and the compositions, we're going to be doing all compositions by my colleague Paul Murphy, who will be back in a second. And what he's done, he's reached out to different parts of the world. He's using different rhythms, different scales, different musical materials from different parts of the world. So you'll hear some music influenced by West Africa, Cuba, Brazil,
Ireland.
And if you don't know him already, please welcome Dr. Paul Murphy from Florida. Wearing a lovely John Coltrane t-shirt today.
Oh, yes, I heard today, when I went to Steve last week, and I said, Steve, help. We don't have a room to play in. Can we play you in jazz class? And Steve said, let me see. We're doing John Coltrane.
So they'll be very heartbroken if I have to sacrifice my lecture today.
Yeah.
Right?
So, and plus it was John Coltrane Part 2, which is the avant-garde period, which
We're behind it.
oh, okay. Anyway, so in honor of you guys, I wore my John Coltrane shirt today.
So from here on, why don't you tell me about the songs?
All right, so just a little bit about this project. About a little over a year ago, I did a Celtic project. My origins from my great-grandparents of Ireland. So I wrote a bunch of songs in the style of Irish music, some more traditional, some more like Celtic fusion. So then I'm a big fan of music from around the world. So I thought, how cool would it be to write some music of some of my favorite places in the world, like Brazil, and Cuba, and Spain, and Ireland. So that's what I did. So. And here's a really good idea. If you're going to do that, hire these guys. They're really, really good. So the first one is called Bahia, and it's a region in the northeast part of Brazil. Perhaps you learned about it in class. Unfortunately, it was the epicenter of the African slave trade, and hundreds of thousands of African slaves were brought there. However, if there's call it positive that came out of that. Some of the greatest music was a combination of the Africans meeting with the Portuguese there, and many styles of music emerged out of there. Particularly the samba is probably the one most commonly referred to, as well as bossa nova. So this first one is called Bahia, and it's a median samba.
If you haven't seen this instrument before, most of you have probably. It's the alto flute. Larger than the regular flute, plays lower tones, have a more mellow sound. It's a luxury when you have like an hour or two set up for a concert. So when you have 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it's
Not
a
as
little bit
much
more
fun.
difficult. So here we go.
Again, sorry for the delay, but hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end. Oh, one last thing. The reason why we're so far back is right after this class, there was an acting class in here that needs the front third of the room. So they asked us to be back here.
That makes sense.
Set up. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
This is going to be the volume limit during this song.
Did you check the volume?
Yeah, but it's maxed out.
The light?
So guys,
Play sensitive.
alto flute is as loud as you can get right now. So. Ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Nice knee on bass.
Thank you. Kahia by Paul Murphy. Dr. Paul. So as a matter of fact, jazz students, Dr. Murphy is the one who started the Jazz in America class here many years ago, what, about 12 years ago or something like that?
Actually, Ted, I believe Ted Lucas may have taught it before me.
Okay.
But many a year ago, yes.
He just kind of established the template for the class, and it's kind enough to let me teach it at a certain point.
Yeah, no.
Next, Dr. Murphy, why don't you tell them about the next one?
All right, so let's see. We're going to take a little trip to West Africa. This is a piece called Kanungo, and it's kind of influenced by music from Ghana, and particularly guitar music, high life guitar music from Ghana. So one of the things that's very typical in African music is repetition and layers of repetition. Does anyone remember what they call that? Layered ostinatos. Fancy term, Jonas, remember that. Okay, so with that in mind, Joel, you got our tempo? 95, 100. What is it? Everything is twice, right? Is that what we said? Yeah, twice. By the way, this is the first time we've ever performed this piece, ever. We practiced it, but this will be the first time. We played the other ones last class, but we didn't play this one, so hope you don't mind if we use you guys as guinea pigs. Wish us luck. Fast forward. One, two, three, four. get the 1 hour rehearsal we had today, so Ray's doing it with the folks, so.
Winging it.
Got Joel Taylor on drums. Ernestine holding it down on the big bass. Ken Burgermaster on keyboard. Your Professor Marsh on saxophone. And I'm Paul Murphy on guitar. Thank you. You guys want to jump into Cadiz?
Might as well.
Let's do it. All right, so we're going to play a song. This is I was inspired by flamenco music and some Middle Eastern music, maybe a little Indian sitar music as well. And this is a piece that is rather complex, lots of odd meters, so 5s and 7s and 6s and all kinds of stuff, which makes it difficult for us Westerners to play it, but we're going to do it anyway.
This is one of the pieces I was telling my class about last time. I was practicing so diligently with the 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 It's very relaxing. But I was just going to mention Joel Taylor has been all over the world lately. I've been following his exploits. Been on tour with bands in Europe and just got back from Japan. Later on, he's going to be playing with a band that plays Frank Zappa's music, Band, B-A-N-N-E-D, Band from Utopia, a great organization. So, got some heavy hitters up there today. Got some heavy hitters up there.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, okay.
So this is Cadiz.
Some assembly is required.
Hey Larry, on the third chord, don't play D as a bass note, play B. Okay? I'm not going to do that.